The following series of videos were uploaded by a woman named Britt, who's been experiencing some strange activity in and around her house. One day, she was outside, trying her best to stay calm after witnessing something that left her completely shaken.
I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it. And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard, which probably doesn't help my cause. But I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog. She's in that room upstairs. Josie? Josie? Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it. Staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it. I just don't really know what she's staring at, because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it?
For some reason, Britt's dog, Josie, had been staring at an empty closet space inside the house. And despite the fact that the closet was empty, Josie wouldn't stop fixating on it, as if something was there. Britt brushed it off at first, until Josie started growling and barking aggressively at the closet, and that's when Britt panicked and fled the room and started recording. Now there's something important in this video that's easy to miss, and that's the graveyard in front of Britt's house, which can be seen at the start of the clip. Every so often, Josie would come out and stare at the exact same spot in the yard, just like she did with the closet.
Josie. Josie, what's going on?
This made Britt wonder if the graveyard had something to do with Josie's behavior, as if her dog was seeing something that no one else could. But things get even stranger when Britt mentions a certain detail about the graveyard.
You guys have also been asking questions about the graveyard. Yes, we do indeed have a graveyard on this property. So this was my grandparents' ranch, and it was their wish to be buried right here, just where they were. And before they passed away, they buried all of their cats right here where you see the little crosses. And so that's really all that there's to it. But things have been quite strange lately. Like, for some reason, cows just like come to this area sometimes and like surround it, because we during the day we leave that gate open.
Britt later reveals that cows, which don't belong to her, regularly wander onto her property and surround the graveyard. The only animals Britt owns are horses. These cows come from a neighboring ranch, but for some reason they always gather near the same exact spot, the graveyard.
That's what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Like, why? But they just kind of come and really breeze around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move. So, yeah.
Josie's behavior didn't already convince Britt that something was off, then the cows definitely did. She says they only started appearing around April, so now she tries to record them whenever she can, just in case they suddenly stop showing up. Then one night, while receiving a food delivery, Britt captures something that makes her even more certain something is wrong.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this location is outside. Go ahead.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
See the cow?
it's scared. He's like, oh.
They're actually not mine. I don't know. It wasn't showing up.
What?
Hi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
As she enters the house to disable her alarm, which went off for no reason, something yanks the sleeve of her shirt, creeping her out immensely. No one can be seen near her in the video as the bizarre incident takes place. Startled, she drops the food and runs outside in a panic. According to Britt, it felt like someone had grabbed her shirt with force. She also explained that she was alone at the time of this incident, and the experience left her so unsettled that she chose to sleep in the RV until her family returned from a trip. This incident, along with the animal's behavior, has led her to believe that the graveyard might be cursed, or even haunted. Whether paranormal or not, it's hard to deny that these events are deeply unsettling. And while there haven't been any new videos since then, the ones Britt has already posted continue to creep out viewers and raise questions. Just what exactly is going on with Britt's home? As always, you be the judge in the comments down below. On a Thursday afternoon, a mother and daughter hurried back to their apartment after encountering something strange. They managed to record a brief clip of a dubious person outside their apartment, but according to the mother Jasmine, that wasn't the only strange thing caught on camera.
Looking at this ring camera footage, and I don't understand how I didn't see this, because this is ridiculous.
At the exact same time this footage was taken, something even more strange was recorded that Jasmine noticed later on.
I just called the police. Get out in front of my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. Get out in front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go!
While Jasmine was focused on the hallway, the door to apartment 23 suddenly swung open by itself. It remained open for several seconds, then slowly closed again. Jasmine didn't even notice it until she reviewed the footage later. But that's not what disturbed her the most, because just a few days after the incident, Jasmine recorded another video, and what she points out here makes everything even creepier.
In the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. Like, you can't. But in the video, you saw the door just came open. Who opened the door? Like, look at it. Like, pitch black. Like, make it make sense. Like, how? How? I don't know. It don't make sense.
She explains that apartment 23 has supposedly been locked for years and that no one's lived there. The more Jasmine thinks about it, the more uneasy she becomes.
Watch this. The door comes open. There's nobody there.
She eventually reaches out to the property manager to get the door opened. And that's when she finds something truly disturbing.
Okay, y'all, so property management sent somebody up to come take a look, so I'm gonna let him do what he do, and I'm gonna stay back here.
The light works.
You say the light works? Y'all, he said the light works. Oh, Lord. What is that? It's over here. Y'all. What the hell is going on? Y'all see all these little kids? They have put kids' shoes up in there. What the? So how did? So hold on, because no, this other day the door came open when I was in here. So if the door came open, like, Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, y'all. So remember that thing? I thought it was a snake. I really thought it was some plastic, but y'all, I'm not finna get close to this shit. This is real snake skin. Oh my God. Look at this shit. You can see like, ooh. Oh my God. Look at that shit.
Inside the apartment is a large pile of children's shoes. While the rest of the apartment is completely empty, it strangely has dozens of kids' shoes stacked in the middle. Jasmine says the number of shoes suggests something more serious than just a haunted room, and her first thought is that this could be a crime scene. But just before calling the police, she notices something in her video.
So I'm looking back at this video that I took with the property manager guy, right? And I noticed something in that pile of shoes. Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call it. Those boots are my daughter's. Like, I'm gonna show y'all a picture that me and my daughter took, like, I want to say like 2 months ago. Yo, this is crazy because I really thought she just lost them at school. Those shoes belong to my daughter.
Among the pile are her daughter's missing shoes. Jasmine has no idea how they got in there. But after showing the footage to management and confirming that no one has lived there in years, she comes to a disturbing conclusion.
Somebody in this building must be going around here just collecting shoes. And I'm not gonna say collecting, stealing little kids' shoes around here. I've talked to at least 2 or 3 different people in this building who have said that their children been missing shoes. So I'm thinking that somebody has access to that room and they're going around stealing shoes and then taking them and putting them in there. They're just putting shoes in the room. Like it just none of this makes sense to me right now. None of it.
Someone in the building still has access to the room, and they've been sneaking in and placing stolen shoes inside, including her daughter's. The building management removes the shoes and agrees to change the lock, but they also warn Jasmine to keep an eye out, so she sets up a trap.
Okay, y'all, I'm finna get to the bottom of this. You see these little shoes right here? I put them here as bait, right? On some real cheap shoes, just, you know, little kid shoes or whatever. But what I did was I got me a plant, right? A little cheap plant too, but look what's inside the plant. Hopefully y'all can see it. Hopefully nobody else see it, but
She places a pair of her daughter's boots in the hallway, right outside apartment 23, and sets up a camera overnight. But to everyone's disappointment, nothing happens for 2 nights. But on the 3rd night, the camera catches this. One of the boots suddenly moves on its own as it bounces slightly off the ground and lands in a different position. Jasmine's neighbor was just as freaked out, but it's what the neighbor says that makes this even more terrifying. She claims she stepped outside that night because she heard what sounded like a baby crying, but the cries weren't coming from the hallway. They were coming from inside apartment 23. Realizing that, she went back into her apartment terrified. And just moments later, the boot moved on its own. It's hard to say whether there actually was a baby crying, because there's no audio of it on camera. But even if there was, it wouldn't explain how the boot moved all by itself. And that's what unsettled Jasmine the most, which is why she threw the boots away and hasn't posted an update since. To this day, no one knows what exactly was going on in that apartment. And as always, you get to decide for yourselves in the comments down below. This next video was recorded by a mother who was filming her young daughter Mabel when something unexpected was caught on camera. According to the mother, this wouldn't have been so unsettling if it hadn't happened more than once. It all starts when Mabel tells her mom that her dad is hiding in her bedroom. But the chilling fact that Mabel's grandfather, who is her mom's dad, had passed away all the way back in 2002 made it all the more sketchy.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh,
Your daddy's missing you.
my daddy's missing me?
That's your damn.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In you.
Okay, show me.
Mama, touchy.
In your closet?
Yes.
A daddy ghost?
The strangest part is that this isn't the first time something like this has happened, as just a few weeks earlier, Mabel had also pointed to her bedroom closet, telling her mom that she saw a ghost inside. That time, she didn't say who it was, she just mentioned that someone was there.
Don't see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh, my arm.
But after hearing this happen again, Mabel's mom started to wonder if it was the same ghost both times. And if that's true, then it's possible that Mabel's grandfather has been visiting her for a while now. Although it's easy to say she has an overactive imagination, because after all, she's only 2. But then, something happens that completely changes how her mom sees the situation. Mabel looks at her mom and says that the ghost is her granddad, and that he misses her.
My daddy's missing me?
Her mom is confused and a little creeped out too, because Mabel has never met her grandfather. And as already mentioned, he passed away long before she was born. And as far as her mother knows, Mabel has never seen a photo of him. So just to be sure, she pulls out an old picture of her dad and shows it to her daughter. What Mabel says next shocks her mother immensely.
Yes.
Yes? Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
There's no hesitation or confusion in her voice as she tells her mom that the person in the picture is her dad. She looks at the photo and instantly recognizes the man in it. Also, according to her, it's the same person she's been seeing in her room. Her mom shares the footage online, and dozens of people comment that Mabel might actually be seeing her grandfather's spirit. Some people believe that kids are more sensitive to the supernatural, while others think it's just a coincidence. But what's hard to explain is how Mabel could recognize a man she's never met and never been shown. No one knows for sure what really is going on with Mabel, and like most of the videos in this list, this one is another mystery. This next video was recorded inside a small museum, where something truly unsettling was caught on camera. The person filming had come here just days after his father visited the same place, and right away, he was drawn to one specific exhibition, which was a wax figure dedicated to a woman named Maria Sabina. Maria was once a real person, who used to be a Mazatec healer and shaman from Mexico, known for her deep involvement in spiritual rituals and witchcraft. But according to the father, there was something off about this statue, although he couldn't explain it. Whether it was the uncanny realism of the figure or Maria's mysterious past, the whole thing creeped him out. And after what his son managed to capture on camera, he swore he'd never return.
No, está perro este.
¡Ay, hijo de... güey, qué pedo!
While standing in front of the exhibit, the wax statue of Maria Sabina appears to move on its own. Her head jerks slightly, just enough to look unnatural, almost like she's watching the person recording. Naturally, the cameraman is startled, but instead of running, he keeps the camera rolling, waiting to see if it happens again. But the statue remains still and completely lifeless, just as it should be.
Güey, qué pedo?
Now, plenty of viewers have brushed this off as a simple animatronic glitch. But according to the museum owner, the figure isn't supposed to move at all, and more certainly not in the way it did in the video.
¿Qué onda, amigo? No manejo nada de mecatrónica. Es una figura totalmente en cera. Mira, es una pieza total rígida, no se puede manipular. Te digo, no tiene nada. Te digo, mira, te muestro. No hay cables, no hay nada. No es un robot. Es una figura totalmente en cera.
He also stated that it's not an animatronic and neither does it have any mechanical parts. All it's made of is just wax, fabric, and glass. Now, with all this information about the statue, you can't help but wonder, how did it manage to move in such a bizarre manner, as captured in the video itself? As of now, the museum hasn't offered any new information, and no one has been able to replicate what was captured in the video. But whatever the truth may be, this one continues to haunt viewers. And just like the other videos in our list, it remains a mystery. And whether paranormal or not, you decide it in the comments as always. Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a woman named Heather Paul was outside on her front porch, having some ice cream with her husband and 2 sons. But then, Heather suddenly spots something that completely creeps her out.
There's like little mosquitoes.
Look at that going on. What? What did you say? What did you say, Mommy? I didn't hear you.
You gotta keep that open so it doesn't get all musty.
Can't tell me it's not good. Yeah.
She whispers to her husband and kids that the person walking by scares her, but strangely, none of them know what she's talking about. Neither her husband nor her sons can see what Heather sees, which seems like a person dressed in white, walking down the sidewalk, just about 20 feet away from them. Heather later describes her as a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s, with an eerie grin on her face. Completely unsettled by this incident as it happened, Heather checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the camera catches the same pale figure walking by.
But I know she just had like this weird smile on her face. It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder as the backstory unfolds further. Heather mentions that their home is located just a mile away from the old Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry, which is an infamous abandoned mental asylum.
I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through. And these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded. Like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme. There also was cases of staff that were by the patients.
And not just this. Heather's dad actually lived in the same house when he was a boy, who after watching the footage, tells her that a woman named Linda used to live next door. And back in the 1950s, Linda worked as a nurse at that very same mental hospital. So, did Heather capture the ghost of a nurse from the old Byberry Asylum? And if not, why was she the only one who could see the woman? As always, use the comments section below and decide for yourselves. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. I'll reply to each comment and pin the best one. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more such content. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay spooky.